What's up, everybody? It's Rooster from FMX. We're going to talk some snow and ice maintenance here in Lubbock County and in Garza County. I spent 10 years at the Highway Department in Post, Texas. What up, Post, Texas? Represent. I recently came across a YouTube video of a local news anchor that was giving TxDOT some grief because she thought that their maintenance was either subpar or they weren't doing their job correctly. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to give this lady a little crash course on what it's like to maintain snow and ice here in the Lubbock section. We'll start in Garza County. I worked in Garza County for 10 years. Now, this is the entire Garza County. You have 84 that runs here, US 380 that runs here, State Highway 207 takes you to Rawls, 651 takes you to Crosbyton, 211, which connects State Highway 207 to 84, and then you also have Justisburg with Lake Allen Henry here. When we would maintain our roads, we had priority roads. That means that 84 380, that was our first definite priority. We had to get the roads clear in Garza County for 84s. That way we can keep the traveling public going. Now, when we had our salt routes and our plowing routes, this is what we had. We had routes 1 and 2. So we would have 2 dump trucks that had a salt spreader on and with a snow plow. We would send Route 1, which would go out 380, and we were salting the caps as we were doing 380. We would come up 651, salting 3 bridges on 651, turn around, cut back on either cut back on 2008 if it wasn't too grouchy out. Otherwise, we'd have to come all the way back down to 380, come up 207, and cut across on 211 because there was a bridge right there. Then we would cut back up on 84, and if it was icy out, then we would salt here in Southland, right around that curve, and then we would come back into Post, salting the cap rock on the way down. Now, this Route 2, we would come down 84, and we would be salting the bridges and overpasses again, all the way down into Justisburg. And we would cut into Justisburg and cut into Lake Allen Henry because on FM 2458, there is a bridge that goes into Lake Allen Henry that we had to salt, and we'd have to turn around, come back into town because you would have to salt the other side of the bridges because 84 is it's 4 lanes, 2 going north, 2 going south. So you'd have to come back into Post, drop down on 669, salt the bridge way down here by Gale, turn around, come back, and you would salt the caps on 380. Now, that is just Garza County. Now, lady, you were sitting there griping that the roads were crappy in town. So you're looking at all this right here. This takes about 2.5 hours would take you a run when it was icy out. This is the entire Garza County. This is a very primitive Garza County, but this is it. Now, let's look at Lubbock section. Lubbock section has priority highways of Interstate 27, Loop 289, US 84, US 87, and the Marcia Sharp Freeway. They have 2 maintenance sections, Northeast maintenance and Southeast maintenance. This all here is divided up between those sections. Now, what happens when the snow and ice is coming in? We get a phone call that we are going to be on standby. That means that there's going to be a crew that's going to stay overnight and a crew that's going to come in and relieve said crew. That means for 24 hours until this storm passes, there are TxDOT crews that are already out and about trying to catch this before it gets way out of hand. So what you were seeing on the loop was maintained by the best way possible from TxDOT, because when you have all of this to maintain, you can stretch it out because there are supervisors that divide it out, because I don't know how they go, but every one of these are a priority. Interstate 27, Loop 289, 87, Marcia Sharp Freeway, and 84. You have to divide these out because you have to maintain these roads. She was griping that the roads in town were snowed over. She couldn't see what lane she was turning in. Do you know why, lady? Because those are city maintained streets. TxDOT has nothing to do with anything in here. What they do is they maintain the interstate, the loop, 84, 87, Marcia Sharp Freeway. Now that is just here. Keep in mind, remember Garza County? Yeah, this was all Garza County. This is just here in Lubbock. Now, Lubbock County, that means that there's more spurs, there's more bridges and overpasses. This right here, what you were griping about, 82nd being covered up and 50th Street covered up because you couldn't go to Target, I'm sorry, lady, but they have to maintain I-27. They have to maintain the loop. They have to maintain 84, 87, and the Marcia Sharp Freeway, and that's just for starts. That means that there's an entire county left that they have to maintain. So while you're sitting there breaking the balls of these TxDOT because either you don't think that they're going fast enough, be able to think about this. When I worked for TxDOT, I missed several Christmases because I had to work. I had to salt the roads. I had to plow the roads. We have a commitment to keep the traveling public safe. So for them to continue to maintain through the snow and the ice is absolutely incredible, and they do it with a smile on their face because you know what? They can't say anything, but I can. This right here, lady, let's go over it one more time. This is city maintained. That means TxDOT has nothing to do with city streets. You need to call your city manager and ask them if they could pull out one of their 2 snow plows that they have to maintain the city streets. So there you go, a little crash course on priorities and TxDOT. And when you see a TxDOT vehicle, back off of them. Give them plenty of room. They're going to be slinging salt. They're going to be plowing if they can. TxDOT is going to take care of you. They're some of the most awesome people to work with. So to the people that are uneducated about it, Interstate, Loop, 84, 87, Marcia Sharp Freeway, just here inside the Lubbock city limits, I guess. That's what TxDOT maintains. So if it's not fast enough for you, you know, I'm just really sorry, and I apologize for the inconvenience that you can't get from 82nd and Quaker to 50th and Indiana so you can go get your coffee. I apologize because there are bigger priorities out there.